y'all, it's Debbie with Taylor by Debbie. Today I'm going to show you how to make a floral wreath using a grapevine, 16-inch grapevine as a wreath base. So the first thing that I like to do is go ahead and figure out where I want the front of my wreath to be. I've already cleaned it. There's a video up on my YouTube channel that shows you how I cleaned this grapevine wreath. It's a short video. So if you haven't watched that, you can go back out and watch that first. And then I like to figure out which side I want to be the front, which side I want to be the back. And basically, you want the side that's going to lay flat to be up against the door. So I've got this. This is going to be my front. But the first thing I want to do now is to make my bow. Okay, and for my wreath today, I'm going to be using 2 different ribbons. I recommend when you're using ribbon for a wreath that you always use wired ribbon. Today, I'm going to do, I use my Easy Bow Deluxe Design Bow here, and there is a link to my Amazon store. I bought it at Amazon. Last time I checked, they were on sale for $10 off. I paid $50 for mine. They were on sale for $40. I don't know if they still are, but I love this bow maker. You can click on the link in the description box and go to my Amazon storefront, and there are all my Amazon affiliate links. All right, we're going to make about, I'm going to do about a 12-inch tail on this one. And I'm not going to explain step by step how to do the bow because I do have bow videos on my YouTube channel if you want to go and watch those. And I'll explain to you step by step how I do this. But today I want to go ahead and get to the wreath making part. And I'm going to go ahead and make my bow first. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take my wreath, and I want to figure out again where I want the top to be, because I'm going to put the bow. This has kind of a weird looking lump right there, so I'm going to put my bow there, which will cover. Now this grapevine, it has nice wide spaces, so I can just stick my ribbon down through it. But if it didn't, I like to use a yarn needle to thread my pipe cleaner through the grapevine so I don't tear up my fingers. Okay, sorry y'all, I bumped the camera there. And I'm just going to twist, twist, twist this around several times. And I like to use wire cutters to cut that little tail off. And then I just take this piece of pipe cleaner and I stick it down into the pieces of grapevine. Okay, I just take it and stick it down in there. Now I'm going to turn it over. Okay. The next step is to break the bow and then fluff out and round out the loops of the bow. And I have some bow making videos over on my YouTube channel, so you can head on over there and check it out if you want to learn how to do this. But by doing this, it helps us to know where we're going to place our greenery and our florals on the wreath. Now, I want to start stacking some different types of greenery. And I have these really pretty greenery pieces here. Next, you'll just cut the pieces of greenery off the stem. And what I'm going to do is just kind of, these are bendable, shapeable a little bit. So I'm going to just kind of bend it. And then I'm going to start working my way. I want this not to follow the contour of the wreath exactly. I want it to kind of dance out over here on the side. So what I'm going to do, I don't have a glue pot. A lot of designers use a glue pot, but I don't. So I'm just using hot glue. Ooh, but boy, my hot glue is hot and it's runny. So I'm going to have to be really careful. But I just put some glue on it. And then I'm going to take it and stick it down into the grapevine. And you want to make sure you get it in the grapevine where it's going to hold. Now, where did I drop that other hot glue? Let's get that out of there. Right there. Okay. Then you're just going to take the other pieces of greenery that you want to use for this step and evenly space them and glue them in around the wreath for the base layer. Okay, so now that we have those greenery sprigs in here, I'm going to take my next greenery, which I believe we're going to do these. Okay, kind of like a fern. So I'm just going to cut these off real quick. I tend to cut them as long as I can because you can always cut more off. Like there's 7 of those, so we'll probably just go ahead and use all 7. And these guys I'm just going to kind of place in between where we had the other ones. Okay, we're just going to fill in the greenery. Okay guys, now don't worry about the bow. We are going to do our final fluffing once we get all of our greenery placed. But y'all can see we're starting to get some pretty greenery going around. Next, I'm going to add this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut 7 pieces of this. And we're going to continue to fill in around the wreath in the same manner. It's 5, so I need 2 more. Okay. And we're going to kind of focus more this time. And I'm going to cut these shorter probably as I go. I'm going to put these, some of these kind of going toward the center of the wreath because we've got some going to the outside. So now I'm going to put some of these going toward the center. Okay guys, now I'm going to put some of this greenery in here, and these are slidable too. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these. Go ahead and slide them up and cut them off. All the different colors and textures just really make the wreath look so interesting. And like I said, like it's a living wreath. Let's see how many that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 2 more. All right, now these, I'm just going to kind of look, and I may put some going this way, some going in, just wherever I feel like we need a little bit more greenery. I'm going to be putting these on. Okay, that's what we've got so far with our greenery. Now we are going to be using some of these zinnias, some of these peonies, and then the other florals that I'm going to use are a beautiful hydrangea And then I'm not sure what this flower is, but I like it because it has some greenery and it also has some little delicate flowers. What I did next is I started with the hydrangeas and I just cut the flowers off and left about 3 or 4 inches on the stems. And then I glued these in, spacing them around the wreath just like we did the greenery. Go ahead and move my ribbons down so I can kind of get an idea of what our bow is going to look like, and then that'll help me know where to put those florals. Okay. So I don't want to cover up the florals with my bow. Okay, now I want to take these really pretty peonies and I'm going to put them in there as well around the wreath. Okay, y'all. Next, I'm going to take some more of those peonies, and I've left the stems a little bit longer. I'm going to put some hot glue on them, and we are going to place them around the wreath where there's some areas of greenery. And I want to leave these flowers sticking up just a little bit when we put them in. So I'll show you what I mean here. Just kind of like that. Again, giving the wreath a little bit more movement, make it look a little bit more lively. Okay, so we're going to put those around the wreath. The next thing I want to do is I want to take these and we're going to cut them. These we are going to leave the leaves on. We're going to cut them off of the stem. And then we're also going to glue these in around the wreath where there are spaces in the greenery. All right, guys, so we're done with that now. The next thing I want to do is take these, which are the zinnias. These I'm also going to cut longer. We're going to push the leaves up underneath, since we're going to be letting them hang out a little bit higher out of the wreath. We do want some greenery kind of under it, like we did with our peonies. Okay, so let's just cut these off. And next we're going to glue these in around the wreath, just like we did with our other florals. Okay, guys, the last step that I do when I'm making a wreath like this is I'll hang it up and look at it. And when I did, I decided that I wanted to add some florals at the top and a little bit more greenery also at the top above the bow. I just love how this turned out. I hope you guys will give this a try. And if you do, please tag me in your picture so I can see how yours came out. You can use any florals, any greenery that will match your home decor. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and click the bell so you won't miss out when I put out new content. I would love it if you would drop a comment down below and let me know what you think of my wreath. Thank you so much for supporting my small business. See you next time.